All right, Southwest Florida, you are looking live. In the cool of the evening as the sun is setting in the west, we are here at the 2022 Dunbar Easter Parade celebration. This is the after party here at the Stars Complex. We're out here in the largest baseball field they have out here. And we have Sean performing in the back, an outstanding musician. We have an outstanding musician here and a candidate for the mayor of the city of Fort Myers right here. We will get to all of that, but a little bit of housekeeping. Today was an outstanding affair. The parade packed all along Martin Luther King Boulevard, all down Palm and Crescent at Edison Avenue. Spectacular. This Easter parade, for you who are looking at us from out of the area, came as a result of discrimination in the 1940s, when up until the 1940s and still to this day, discrimination takes place. But black people could not participate in the Edison Light Parade, which is a big event down here. So an educator, she thought of the idea, we'll have our own parade, and she put it on Easter Sunday, and it's a tradition going back to 1940, and it continues to this day in our community. And Leap Is Live is so proud to have been the media sponsor of this parade for the last 30 years, and we've been here with our television show. When nobody else shows up, we will be here. We know what our mission is, and our primary objective is to cover the community. Having said all of that, let's get right to it. Ladies, welcome to Leap Is Live.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, sir.
It's so good to get such outstanding community leaders, great entertainer, great community activists here in our community to talk about today's experience. So let's start with you, candidate McMiller for the mayor of the city of Fort Myers. Talk about riding through the parade, having seen this parade many times as a young lady in your community. What was it like riding through that parade as a candidate for the mayor of this city?
Well, it was surreal. It was really surreal, and to be chosen as the Grand Marshal and being a part of this parade, it just lets you know how strong this community is, and the strength that comes from this and the love that came from this community. It was out of this world.
I did not know you were the Grand Marshal.
I was.
I love it.
Through all that politics, you were selected the Grand Marshal.
I was, and it was a pleasure. And just, knowing I'm also on the Dunbar Festival Committee, and I've been involved with them for years, but just knowing that the people and the community recognizes you for a small feat, for what you're doing, and making that choice to choose me, it was honor. It was very honorable. It was a pleasure.
Well, it's good to see you out now, and all of your branding and your regalia is real now.
This was only for the sun,
Before we move over to you, Songbird, Blue Note, Melinda, you are a strong supporter of Jacqueline McMiller for mayor of the city of Fort Myers. Why is that?
Well, first and foremost, ever since I've met her, her energy just speaks to love and light. And everyone that does know me knows energy is one of my biggest things. I sense a warmth with her. Every time I've encountered her, she's always given love. She's always supportive. She's always trying to inspire people around her. I've been around her in some situations that have been, a little off kilter, very happy situations. It's always nurturing. It's always love. Me personally, I raised my kids in this community. They're now grown, but my grandbabies are coming up in this community. And coming from a different area, even though I've been here for years, it's a lot of things that you experience here in the South. Let's just go ahead and keep it real. And we need a lot more representation across the board. We definitely need females in office. We need black women in office. And this black woman supports this black woman wholeheartedly.
All right.
And I said what I needed to say.
Now you are actually you're actually here as you're the opening act for this great band here.
Yes.
You got on your blue.
Yes.
You got your blue in your hair.
Yes.
Your music is just taking off. You're so beloved in the community.
Thank you.
were you in the parade as well?
I actually rode as a guest for another woman who is running for office here for Chantel Rhodes. So I rode with her on her float to support her, and then full circle end up here supporting my other sister.
So this is your first time riding in the parade.
Yes.
Talk about that experience.
Oh my gosh! So I moved to Fort Myers 24 years ago. I've been here
You know
this
all the
long.
black folk exist. Huh?
Yeah. I've stood on the sidelines, and even just last year, I happened to walk past the stage and just recording, just, experiencing it, and then to have a full circle moment and come back as a performer and open Easter Fest. It's just an honor. Dunbar's Easter in Fort Myers is next level. I've never experienced anything like it anywhere else. So to have been a participant today, I'm honored.
Outstanding.
Absolutely.
Talk about your performance on the stage. What did you try to get across?
I did a mix. I did some covers. I did some of my original music. I wanted to bring some queens to the stage, so I performed an Erykah Badu cut, a Jill Scott cut. I also performed one of my latest singles, which is produced by a local producer here, Fame producer. Also produced Joe North's commercial.
What's his name?
Jay Van Walker, a.k.a. Dirty Red Productions. So I performed that today. It's only right here in the Fort Myers area. I came to represent.
And you and Jay Van, and September the 9th, you guys will be gracing the Lepus Live After Work stage.
Newsflash.
I didn't know you guys knew each other, but
Yeah.
I knew you should get together, so it kind of worked out, huh?
Worked out very well.
It's September.
You got a good eye.
September the 9th will be here before you know it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we do it every other month. Jacqueline, you heard me say early on about the discrimination and the racism that existed here that brought about the whole need to have our own parade in the black community. Just that whole thought process takes us back to a sad time in the history of this city of Fort Myers. Where are we right now in terms of race relations?
Well, we have a long way to go, but we've came so far. This right here indicates how far we've come, because whenever there's something that's trying to hold us back and keep us down, we create our own. That's because of the fact that we are just melanated people, and that's where that strength comes from. But just looking at the city, and it's come a long, long way, but we have a lot more to go. There's housing issues, there's and we're still dealing with discrimination, unfortunately. Although it may be a little bit covert, but there's a lot of things that are very overt about it as well. And I've experienced it myself. So I know if there are situations, there's so much out there that we don't know about with working with the NAACP. I have an opportunity to face it every day and deal with people and talk to people and encourage people every day to let them know that there's help out there. It just takes some team building to be able to do it and get past it, and we need to help and support ourselves.
Now you're a Democrat, but it's a nonpartisan race, meaning that any political affiliation could vote for you? Is that the way it works?
Anyone. Republicans, I have Republican supporters. I have Democrat supporters, nonpartisan supporters. August 23rd is going to be the primaries. So anyone that is going to be voting, we need to get them registered to vote. There's felons that we can assist in paying their fines and their fees to ensure that nothing holds them back from their right to vote and their voice in voting.
Your ground game. The way you're talking is like you got your ground game is already at work, huh?
Absolutely. It's getting the people out. I want the voice of the people to speak. It doesn't matter where they are, who they are, but mainly those people that have struggled, because I've struggled. I've raised 3 children by myself, single mom. I've had to build a work ethic, but also be able to break down those walls, not only as a black woman, but just as a woman in general.
There's been many who have said that even in your last campaign for mayor of the city of Fort Myers, that you should have gotten those votes audited. You should have gotten them. Should have had a call for a recount. Many people think that you actually won that race. I'm sure you've heard that conversation. I want to hear from you. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, you know what? God puts everything in place. He really does. And with those votes, I know that those people are going to come back out and they're going to vote for me, because no one knew me, in 2020. I was a mom, I worked, I went to church, I came home, and I took care of my babies. So this year, more people know me, and they are going to show the city of Fort Myers and all the people here who they are voting for and who they're standing up for. And I believe that this is going to be the year.
Oh, outstanding. Blue Note, back over to you. What you experiencing out here, the community, the food, the people, just you being connected to your people. Talk about that, just a whole feeling of community that's existing right here in this wonderful community.
You know, it's been nothing but love out here today. Riding through the parade, the people in the streets that were waving and saying Happy Easter, coming here to the Stars Complex, and the hosting of, you know, everyone putting on the Dunbar Festival Committee putting on the show here. There's so many people outside of the gates here. We're in the back area now, but it is literally just a flood of people. Even, is that your great-granddaughter or granddaughter that I just came over?
My granddaughter.
She told me I look like a princess, so she just automatically started, you know, coming over.
Isn't that cool?
But just that, the beauty of having community and knowing that if you do happen to look across and see your grandbaby talking to this stranger, they're still in a safe space and everybody's still here loving on one another. I didn't even know it was her granddaughter when I was talking to her, so it just further solidified the beauty of all of us coming out here together. Nothing but love and light. Nobody, you know, no negativity. Nobody's out here just looking for anything wrong to be doing. Just everybody loving on each other and truly having a good day. We deserve that.
Absolutely.
Candidate McMiller, you know this community all too well. You grew up here. You walk these streets. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what actually happens in the Dunbar community. But for what we're experiencing right here is more the norm than the negative misconceptions. Speak to that.
You know, a lot of this is controlled by the news and everything. You hear the negative things because that sells. But the beauty of what we do here every single day in this community just tells about the love. We can reach out. My granddaughter was here, didn't even know that this woman, I love her to death.
Oh my
and then
God.
she reaches out. That just shows that not only
look
are
like
we
a
intertwined.
Princess. Isn't that something?
Seriously.
We absolutely love each other, but it just shows that we're not only intertwined just by relatives, all of us are related in some kind of way with marriage or whatever, but our spirits are connected as well.
Yes.
And that's what makes us so strong. And we're going to survive anything that comes in Fort Myers. Nothing can bring us down. Only we can come up. That's all.
Outstanding. Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure to have both of you drop
Thank
by.
you.
As a candidate for the city of Fort Myers, I want to give you 30 seconds to look right into that camera right there, make an appeal for that vote on August 23rd.
Everyone, my name is Jacquline McMiller, and I am your homegrown Fort Myers native of this area. And I want you, I'm running for the people here in the city of Fort Myers. We are going to be voting on August the 23rd in the primaries, but there's also a second election date in November. And I want everyone to get out there and vote. It's Jacquline McMiller for mayor. Go to McMiller for mayor, the number 4 for mayor.com. My cell phone number is out there for everyone. It's 239-989-6696. If you need any information as to how you can vote, and not only that, how you can register to vote, and if there's any barriers to you voting, I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to have your voice heard. So call me, 239-989-6696, McMillerformayor.com, and let's make Fort Myers a day to remember on August the 23rd.
Well, you heard it right here from Jacqueline McMiller, Melinda Blue Note. I'll shorten it to Blue Note because I can't remember all of that. I think it's something else. It's something.
Just Blue Note.
All right.
That's enough.
The princess. Ladies, it's been a pleasure stopping by.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Look forward to getting y'all back on the show.
Definitely.
Always.
Remember, Miami has the oranges, but Fort Myers got the
Juice.
Juice.
We'll be right back. Y'all stay right here.